techniques sont importantes.
The technical part is important, that's true. But for me, it's the market that will drive technologies. If the market is there, with interesting opportunities, sustainably, with secure contracts over a relatively long period, as well as diversified, this will draw technologies and production. But techniques alone do not solve the problem.
Mais les techniques à elles seules ne règlent pas le problème. Le marché local et le marché international doivent se compléter.
The local market and the international market must complement each other, because the local market, although interesting and growing, must one day go global as well.
Le marché local
So for me, the local market has its potentialities, cannot fully take the place of the international market.
il faut aussi maintenir les échanges.
We must also maintain linkages. This is what will allow innovation, what will also help to continuously improve processes. If we lock ourselves up locally, we will not receive feedback from abroad, and we will not be able to negotiate well and perhaps obtain better prices.
Il n'est pas bon aussi.
It is also not good to work only with the international market. To be strong at international level, you have to have at least a small local base. If you have a local base, even if it is small, even if it develops slowly, it makes it easier to go abroad. So you have to have both.
Donc il faut avoir les deux. Quand on dit on a construit une usine,
when we say that we built a factory, we say that it will be dedicated primarily to organic cotton. It means that the factory will process organic cotton, but also conventional cotton. But the priority will be given to organic cotton. It is a factory with a capacity of 17,000 tons per year. In the 17,000 tons of seed cotton, there will be about 2,000 tons of organic seed cotton. The 15,000 tons left will be conventional. So we won't have any production problems. On the contrary, the factory will give organic cotton producers more reassurance. The factory will seed their cotton much earlier than before. They will get their money, their payment very quickly, and they will be eager to increase their surface areas and also to improve yields. They will invest in the fields to earn more. So with this factory, we won't have any production constraints. It will drive production, and it is a factory that is adaptable. There is currently a ginnery. We can install a second ginnery. We can install a third ginnery. So the factory will be able to go up to 45,000 tons of organic and conventional cotton production increases.
Si la production de bio et de coton conventionnel augmente. Mais la question la plus intéressante pour lui.
But the most interesting thing about the factory is that it will enable the National Union of Cotton Producers, UNPCB, to generate an income, because the factory will provide services to make money from the raw materials.
Sur les ressources, il va investir ces ressources.
It will use these resources to invest in organic cotton.
À développer aussi le coton bio sur les
So it will also help to develop organic cotton in terms of inputs in all the activities that will be carried out with organic cotton producers.
Deux objectifs.
The factory has two objectives: to boost cotton production so that cotton producers have a safe and reliable market,
Mais aussi
but also to generate income for the UNPCB to enable it to invest in activities to develop organic cotton. That is why the factory is said to be a tool for sustainability.
un outil de durabilité. Il faut dire que le projet RECOLTE, c'est un projet.
It is important to mention that the RECOLTE Project is a project that is funded by the USDA, the US Department of Agriculture,
global de 11,8 millions de dollars.
for a total of $11.8 million over 6 years. On this envelope, there is only one part, $1.3 million, that is donated to help the UNPCB participate in the capital of the company that created the factory. It's a very important public-private partnership.
Et on a vu que même le gouvernement
We have seen that even the government will put money into this partnership. That was the goal of the project.
C'était ça l'objectif du projet. En 2019,
In 2019, we will make a feasibility study to see what is the opportunity to have a spinning factory for organic cotton. Is it appropriate? How much will it cost? Can it be profitable? Should we make joint ventures? What can we do?
mais pour le moment, on n'a aucune option.
But for the moment, we are not sure on which activity we should focus to improve the added value. There is no precise action plan on this issue. The only thing planned at the moment is a feasibility study.
C'est l'étude de faisabilité sur la filature. Ça, on a une...
We have a small budget to research it to get some ideas. But already, for me personally, I think it is an adventure that would be interesting.
Personnellement, je crois que c'est une aventure qui peut être intéressante.
Because if you have a ginning unit dedicated to organic cotton,
Au coton bio,
it could also be interesting to have a small spinning unit dedicated to organic.
dédié au biologique.
It would create more added value, but we would also have a better control over the value chain, and we could have feedback from clients.
Aussi les feedbacks du client.
It is very important for the producers to have direct feedback from the clients. When you have a client who is willing to give you direct feedback at the factory, it's different from the client that received the cotton 3 or 4 months after.
Feedback, c'est différent du client qui...
The client calls you. He tells you, yes, good cotton, it is long, the characteristics are as follows.
Il est long, les caractéristiques sont...
But here it would be a totally different experience. As producer, you'd go to the spinning factory, they would look at your cotton, how it is, and if the machines can be adjusted to always have better satisfaction.
Donc, le fait d'avoir une filature...
So having a local spinning factory dedicated to organic would allow you to have more feedback and to negotiate better with the customer. Because if you already have someone who comes here, compared with a client who is abroad, you can better negotiate as a producer.
En tant que producteur, c'est vrai que c'est pas facile parce que il y a pas de formation.
It is true that it is not easy because there is no proper education available. The issue of education represents a handicap.
Pourquoi pas aussi aller vers des...
So why not go for new curriculums that allow the acquisition of better skills to help conquer the international market?
le marché international. Mais il faut travailler déjà.
But we must first start to work with what exists. There are designers here in Burkina who have the potential to go global.
À gagner l'international. Il suffit simplement qu'ils aient plus de ressources. Souvent,
All they need is more resources. Often they have very traditional systems that may not have the utterly perfect machines, but have the ability to market their production as handmade.
de dire que c'est fait à la main et ils ont
The fact that it is produced by hand can bring added value. It is made from the sweat of human beings.
de commerce solidaire.
A market of socially responsible products, among other things, can be created on this basis.
Quand on va monter à l'échelle, il faut aussi en même temps avoir de la
And once we start to upscale, we must at the same time have the education system ready. But we cannot develop the local textile industry without also having skills, and there is a lack of skills in the textile industry. There is a lack of skills in West Africa and Burkina, so that's something that needs to be strengthened.
quelque chose qu'il faut renforcer. Et moi, j'ai travaillé pendant longtemps.
I worked for a long time in the cotton sector, and I can say that one of the handicaps of African cotton is the absence of some kind of schools, of training centres dedicated to the cotton industry, because the professions linked to cotton are very varied. It's not only the designer, the dyeing process. There are many aspects on which we need skills, qualification, and that at present is missing.
Et ça manque.